Hello, friends. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to shut the light just above my head because it's so dark, or it gives such a shadow if it's on. But welcome, welcome. Oh my goodness, it is Monday night, February 24th. Can you believe it? I'm live on a Monday night. I don't usually go live at night, but I do like to mix it up a little so that I can try to catch as many people as possible, accommodate your schedules. I would love to work on this. So I created this, I think, last week. This lovely little book. I love tall, skinny journals. This one has brown, like packing paper. And then on the inside are, gosh, these are like my bank statement envelopes to make the pages. So they are the same size as a bank statement envelope. This book is a look, that's my LL Bean MasterCard credit card statement. There's my American Express bill. So I saved all those. I've been saving them. Well, I do save them. I've been saving them for years. And this book is made out of those kinds of envelopes. So we're gonna decorate these pages a little bit. So let me see who's here first. Hey, Debbie Gladden. Hello. Debbie Moeller and Lori is here and Marcia. Jennifer. Oh, you're welcome. She said thank you for doing nights. Those of you ladies who work during the day, or like Christy, sleeps during the day, works third shift. So I do try, like I said, I like to jump around. Hey, Lynn, how are you feeling, my friend? Lynn's here from YouTube. Thank you for being here either on YouTube or on Facebook. I do appreciate all of you so much. Hey, Lisa, how are you, girl? Hello, hello, friend. Hearts to you. How are you, girl? Hearts to you. What are you guys all up to? What's going on in your world? I'm going to show you a couple of things. So a couple of new things. I got a new printer, because my printer has been giving me a little trouble. My printer is fine if I'm just printing a couple of pages, but when I want to print, like I literally just printed on my brand new printer, all of these pages at once. Look at these, girls. Look at these. I bought these the digitals on Etsy, and this is my new printer. Just printed all of these out for me. So my other printer was giving me trouble with printing. I want to say, what's the word I'm looking for? See how this is lots of graphics? My other printer was having trouble printing. This is 11 pages at once, and it couldn't do that. It could print 2 pages at once, and then it would get all messed up. I think the memory on it was screwed up. Oh my gosh, look at the colors on that one. So I got a new printer. Plus, with all of these colored page printers, like pages that I'm doing, look at, I just did all these too today. The ink gets, I put that under my mat. Oh, and it got folded. That was not intended. I was trying to flatten them. All these colored pages, I just got an EcoTank printer because it's just, oh my gosh, look at that. It's just more economical to get an EcoTank printer. So I got a new printer for printing specifically in here, which I'm excited by, because if I come across something or I need something, I can just, the printer is right next to me as opposed to across the house in my office. So I left the other printer. It still works fine for like Yannen's homework assignments, or if I just need to print out invoices for orders that you guys place, black and white invoices, that works fine. But that other printer was giving me trouble with colored pages like this. So I just got this new printer. So that's new, and I'm excited to have it right in here. Hey, Rhonda. How are you, friend? I got it. Let me look at it. It's an Epson ET 4850. Epson ET 4850 is what I got. So it's an EcoTank, which, when I was reading reviews, one artist said she only has to load her inks once a year, which, my gosh, that'd be nice instead of once every month. Hey, Jimmy Lou, how are you, friend? My friend Jimmy Lou from the Messy Craft Corner is here. You guys make sure you go and follow her. She's an incredible junk journaler. And she does lots of sales, which is nice, right? So if you're looking for unique supplies, she's a good one to hang on to as well for that. Uh-oh. Your printer's acting possessed, Lynn. Mine has been acting up too, especially with big jobs like this. Like I would have to literally I could print up to 2 pages at a time, and it would throw me for a loop. Now these papers, I should shelf them out. Let me look it up, make sure I get it right. Hang tight. Let me look up the name. Hold on, girls. I'm trying to get it on my computer. Who are these from? These are William Morris papers on Etsy. I bought these William, and I think I was looking for wallpaper samples on Etsy. And these are old wallpapers, vintage wallpapers, but he made them into printables. Perfect for me because now I can reprint them as opposed to having the original wallpapers, which are great for creating on junk journal pages, but you know, one and then done. Here I can reprint on any paper that I want. William Morris papers, just in case anybody's looking for unique papers for your junk journals. That's what that's from. Okay, so that's new. I think mine needs cleaned. It also is an Eco Tank. Ink is $30 for at least a year. Oh my gosh. Lynn, that's amazing. Hey, Carol Edison. Jeannie's here. Hey, Jeannie. Debbie Shaw is here. So glad you're all here. Well, what I was thinking is I would try, you tell me what you think about this. I stinking love this book. I love seeing that these are envelopes. My junk journal love and heart just gets so excited when I see these envelopes being brought to life this way, like being used and brought to life this way. It just makes my heart happy. You tell me what you think. It gets me so excited. It gets me so excited. This is another one of these window envelopes, right? But I covered it in packing paper, sewed around it, and I just pulled out the paper around the window so that we would have a see-through window there. So that's why that looks like that. I did the same thing on the cover and put that little girl in there. So this just makes my heart happy. I half don't want to cover them up, but you know, you got to, right? To make it cute. Jennifer says, mine ran out of ink today and I'm saving for one like your new one. Yeah, I've been looking at printers, EcoTake printers for several months. So I had to do the same thing, Lynn. I had to do the same thing, like save up, do it at the right time. You have some of these envelopes ready to do this with? Hey, Trisha Hodge, how are you, friend? Well, so here's what I'm thinking. These, I kind of have a vintage vibe going on with that girl on the front. She's of course, a Tim Holtz girly. This is a standard 8.5 by 11. And honestly, if I wanted to cover this, I would just have to cut down the height. These are like a great size. So I was thinking, these are really, really vibrant, but they're vintage and antique patterns that are amazing, of wallpaper. So I was thinking, what if I combined these with plain, like just coffee stained paper, and we did cover some of these pages to get them like a good base together for decorating these. You just got yours back, Shauna? Are you talking about a printer? Hey, Lisa Haley, how are you, girl? Lisa, are you in the Craft Therapy Club? Maybe you have two different Facebook profiles, or did you change your name on Facebook to Lisa Fountain Haley? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I was tagging some of you girls in the club, and I was like, wait a minute, where did Lisa go? There are several people like, where did you girls go? Sometimes you change your names or maybe get a new profile, and then if you're not in the club anymore, I'm like, I can't find you, girl. I can't find you. All right, I have, I just dropped one. Let me reach and get it. I did have this ledger book that I bought. So ledger book paper would be kind of fun in here. Either direction, this would be kind of fun to have in here. So ledger book paper, and I have my coffee stain paper. You can hear me rolling around in here. I'm rolling back over to the other side of the room. Hang tight. I'm going to grab some of my coffee stain paper that I just did. Okay, I just did all this. And it's way more than we need for this, but that's a scrap piece. So the little pieces, great. I'm going to grab those. I have traditional, this is 8.5 by 11, but this is a really, really thick cardstock. So I don't think I want to use that. These I created so I could make base pages for junk journals, these really thick ones. So I don't want to use those to cover my bank statements. I want regular weight coffee stained paper. So I'm going to put those aside. This is regular weight, but these are legal size, which is fine. You know, I can pull them apart. I also have a bin. I'm going to grab a bin because in my bin of coffee stained paper, I have some pieces that are this size. So we'll be able to piece some of those together. Everywhere but right on the table, it's kind of dark in this room because I shut the lights off so that you guys wouldn't have a shadow. So just give me a second. I have 2 coffee stained paper bins. This is one of them. Let me just grab them, girls. Just give me a second here. Yeah, see, like I have all of these. These are just cut-offs from other coffee stain paper. And then, you know, these little pieces. Let's use them up, right? I got so many. So many. Look at those, have seashells on them. Like these ripped pages. I'm going to grab those out. Before I use up my 8.5 by 11s, let's see what scraps. Look at all these scraps under here. Coffee stained things, book pages and maps and doilies and all the things. I'm going to keep this close by so I can grab from it if we need it, as well as these. So I just wanted to show you. I grabbed coffee stained paper, and I have these bright, gorgeous papers that I think I want to do a combination of the two. And I probably won't cover all of these tonight. I mean, there's a lot of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 9 more on the other side. So 18 pages with 2 sides each makes 36 sides to cover. You know, this is why junk journals take forever to make because, you know, there's a lot here to cover, but it's okay. We're going to do it. Now, I also have next to me, this is another journal that I'm working on. And with this journal, I had some bad, this is what my other printer was doing. I'll show you exactly. When I would try to print, like, see this, how that's like that? When I would try to print something, it would only print part of the page. I think it was the memory that was doing it, and it was driving me crazy. So it wouldn't be bad to use those. These are from that Edith, what's her name? Edith whatever. That Edith book. Oh my gosh, everybody wants one. I have a couple of these. Hang tight. I had to go get it. Edith Holden. I have 3 or 4 of her books. The Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady. So January, see that? The birds. That's one of those pages. I just photocopied that actually on my printer. But look, see, they match so well. So I'll probably use those, probably use that. These I'm going to all put aside because this is another whole book entirely. It's not even the same project. Not even. Yours does that, Jen? I think it has to do with the memory. I mean, it just can't handle large graphics. Like this is, I bought 4 files, I got 4 different zip files when I purchased these from this guy. And each one had about 8 to 11 pages. So when I try to run 11 pages at once, that other printer can only do 2 pages at a time, which takes forever to sit and babysit. And once the 2 pages run, then you have to go in and print 2 more pages, you know, put the command in. So this way I can just run 11 at once, which is so nice. So I get it. It's so annoying. You fixed your profile for the new service. I hadn't entered my payment info. I thought I had taken care of it long ago. Oh, Lynn, please don't apologize. It's fine. That's why I gave you guys reminders. It's totally fine. And girl, I know you're trying to recover, so just, it's okay. You love an Eco Tank, Trisha? Do you have this? Do you have an Epson? Or do you have a Canon, or what kind? Jeannie has one too? What are you using to film landscape? Facebook will not let me. Oh, really? Okay. Who does Facebook Lives? Let's all talk to Jimmy Lou here for a second. Do you see her comment? I'm using StreamYard right now, Jimmy Lou, so that I could broadcast on both YouTube and Facebook at the same time. So StreamYard let me do this. Man, when I was live on Saturday, was I landscape or portrait? I try as much as possible to go this way. And I have an iPhone, so I usually use my iPhone to broadcast. So I don't know if you have an iPhone or a Samsung, if that makes a difference. The name of the book, Debbie? Hang tight. Let me go get it. Let me go get it for you, my friend. The Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady by Edith Holden. So it was like her garden diary. To my dearest friend Jane, on this your 21st birthday, all my love. Today, May 1980. I bought this obviously as a used book, but this was like the journal entries, like you can see each day. And then she had sketches in her book. Look at this. Isn't that amazing? New Year's Day, bright and cold with a hard frost. Great gale of wind and rain from the southwest. Visited a small wood on the canal bank to get violet leaves. On moving away some of the dead leaves lying beneath the trees, I discovered a wild arum plant, thrusting its white sheath up from the soil. When I removed the outer covering, the pale yellow leaves with dark spots were quite discernible, rolled tightly round each other and beautifully packed away inside the white skin. I noticed that many of the leaf buds on the elderberry bushes had burst into green. Like, how sweet. So this is, I'm assuming January 1st, January 5th, January 11th, January 12th. So she just kind of wrote notes. Poetry, little drawings of acorns and birds. Isn't it sweet? Oh, she wrote Yew Trees by Williams Wordsworth. But there are some amazing, and the pages on this book, because it's kind of old, are very patinaed. So you have these gorgeous illustrations, but it's kind of, they're yellow pages, but they're even more yellowed around, which is neat. And I see a lot of junk journalers tearing these pages out and using them, but I can't bring myself to do that. I can't. So I photocopy. And this was actually photocopied. Oh, I should do it here. This was photocopied on my HP printer, not on this new Epson. So it would be interesting to see the difference in color. Let's see. Where's that page? Here. Should I try it on this one while we're sitting here? Let me see. I have, no, of course, because I'm a slob. Because I'm a slob, I have all this stuff sitting on top of my computer, my printer already, waiting for my attention. My printer test pages, like these things where they're aligning your printer head, and some other things that have come in the mail for me. So I'm gonna actually do this right now while we're sitting here. I'm gonna take this and put it in my printer. I've not made any copies here yet. I've only been printing things. I don't even know where to line this up, friends. It's a brand new printer to me, but we're gonna try it. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, the one thing about printing with books is that you can't get a flat, you can't get the tray to lie flat. Or copying, I should say copying. Let me see, copy. I don't want black and white, I want color. One-sided, so you can't get it to lie flat. I'm going to try, hold on, I'm going to explain this to you here in a second. I'm going to try to lay my black apron over this and make a photocopy of this. Okay. Oh, I'm messing up with the ink. Okay, see this here, this black bar? When you can't get your cover to lie flat on something, which you can't with a book because the book is like 2 inches thick. So you can't get the cover to lie flat on top. If you just had a piece of paper and run that under, you can lie the cover of the copy machine flat. When you don't do that and the light gets in, this is the black grayish scale bar that you get. I just laid my apron over this to try to get the light out of that. And let's see what the difference in color is here. This is the first time. See what happens? If the light gets to it, you get that dark mark. So that's the challenge of, but the color is definitely more like the book color. It's more yellow on the Eco print, on the Eco Tank. See the difference? Look how much richer that color is than this one's a lot brighter. But this dark, the only way to get around that, because this book is so thick, when I try to close the cover of the copy machine, it lets too much light in. Does anybody know a way around that? I mean, I suppose I could pull the page out of the book, but I don't want to damage the book. So I don't know how else to get around that. I'll have to Google that tomorrow. But this definitely is closer to the correct color. All right, The Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady. I have two of those, and then she has a few other versions, and I have a couple of those as well. But they are really nice for taking photocopies out of them. Okay, so what I'm thinking, I'm not going to just load this up with every page being this bright. I'm going to pull a few of these though. Like I like this one. Maybe we'll use that. I like the softer ones, but I wouldn't mind having a few darker ones or brighter. Like I really like that one. These are potential wallpaper. That one's really pretty, right? Nice and bright. I'm not going to get through all of these tonight, obviously. We're not going to be here for several hours, but I thought I'd pull a few pages and look at them with you. Let's pull this one and be done. Because, you know, like I said, we're not going to get through all of this. I usually, see how they're curled? This is just from the ink. I'm going to stick these underneath my mat here so they can flatten. And then I have a window here, so I think I'm going to cover this window, although it's fantastic. Although, look at, wow, we go lots of pages. No, I better not cover that up because we go so many pages without a window. All right, let's use a piece of, is this tall enough to cover? Not quite, but almost. I'm looking for my I'm going to try to use scraps if I can first. What's this one? Whoa, that's pretty darn close. All right. I'm not super measure girl. I just kind of wing it. See where I am with this. I'm not going to get too worked up over this being exactly perfect. It's just not who I am. It takes all the fun out of it for me. So I'm just looking, peeking underneath. I can see the edge of the paper, so I'm going to go a little bit further to the right. I don't really want to see the edge of the paper. I do want to salvage that window because, like I said, now we have like 5 pages after this that there's no window. And I was thinking about a punch that I have that could be helpful with this. I don't have to maintain this entire window. We can maintain just part of it like that. What if we did it like that? And we just maintained part of it. If I go that low, I still get window. This is going to cover here. So There's little magnets on here that really help it. Is that the right way, Grace? Yep. It just like clings right onto there. I do want to make sure it's straight, or as much as I can, make sure it's straight. This is where it's going to sit. I might want it to go a little bit more that direction. Now, this will magnet onto these. See the little magnets? Oh, to line up these little nubbies. See the nubbies? And then you just punch, and it's going to punch your hole exactly where you wanted it. So we don't need to maintain, even though that is a really big window, we don't have to maintain that big window. If you don't have a punch like this, which I only have this one, I may end up getting more of them because they do have them in different shapes. You could just tear it. Like here, I just tore it out so that you could see that girl in the window. This we could put here, and then we'll cover up this top with something else. We're just going to piece it together, girls. We're going to make it work for us. They're almost too pretty to use, Jennifer, but that's the beauty of buying the printables, because I can print them out as many times as I want, right? Lorena, hello, hello. Hold on, let me get the name for you again. Hold on, girl. She's asking what did I say, girls? What was the name of it? What was the guy's name? I can't remember. Hang tight. I'm going to get it for you. That's not it. That's not it. Oh, geez, Gracie, where did you put it? Girls, who remembers? Is it William Morris Papers off of Etsy? God, gravy. Girl, hold on. Let me see if I can get it to come up. Yeah, William Morris. It's William Morris Papers on Etsy. That's where I got it from. Lorena, just to help you out. It was a printable that I bought, like a digital download. All right, if this goes here, I just need something else to go up there. And why not? Maybe we should get a piece of fabric. Hey, guys, do you want to see the book that we made on Saturday? It's all dried and ready to go now. Look at the way it turned out. Here's our little pocket. Here are all our pages. I mean, is that not the cutest thing ever? I love it so much. It turned out even better than I expected it to be honest with you. We did it together live on Saturday. So if you didn't see that, you can go back and watch how I did that and where I got the materials. All the links are there. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy with it. All right, let me see if I have some some fabric that'll match. I was doing something with freezer paper. Girls in the Craft Therapy Club. Oh my gosh, I have a fun project for us. One of the fun projects for next month involves that freezer paper. All right, I'm digging through. I'm looking for the fabric scraps. All right, let's see. This kind of matches. Is it big enough? If I put that there. That could be kind of cute. I think I actually will make it even smaller because I don't need to cover like all of that. Like I could cut it right there. I feel like I'm super slow lately. Do you ever feel like that when you're creating? Like, why am I so slow? I just can't get it together, girl. Can't get it together. I need to pull this closer to me so I can see. This is too far away from my face. I want to make sure that this is lined up well. Now, my son, Gannon, he asked me before I went live, he's like, Mom, I want to show you my presentation. He has a presentation. I'm just kind of wondering. Maybe I would like, I do. I like it better like this. I like that so much better than with it on top. So we're going to glue it down like that. He has a presentation to do, and he's like, can I practice with you and Dad tonight? I said, yeah, as soon as Dad gets home from work. I said, I got to go live at 8, but I'm available up to 8. Well, my husband didn't get home until 7:15, and Gannon had just made some supper for himself. He was eating leftovers from yesterday's supper. So anyway, he's like, well, now I don't have time before. So right after this, I have a little date with my Gannon. I got a little date with my Gannon. He's going to do his DECA presentation for us. I think this is going to work. Is that right? That's going to be so cute. There we go. I mean, I could even run it through my printer if I wanted. Sewing machine if I wanted. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's going to be cute. And then on the other side, of course, then we can put one of these decorative papers. Now, what does this side look like? That's funny looking. It's funny looking at it, but I like it. Oh, goodness, you guys, I am quirky that way. I love to be able to see the junk that made up the book because I am such a true, I'm a purist in that regard, really loving to use junk to make junk journals. So I like to see, oh, isn't that clever, Grace? You used a bank statement envelope for this. So I'm tempted to just cover this and leave that open, but I know so many of you would be like, nah, don't do that. Don't do that. That's really cute. See right here, I don't love that. And I'm wondering if I have a piece of washi tape or something that I might use to cover that up. You were in DECA, Jen, and your daughter. Oh my gosh, he's getting ready for state DECA. It's coming up, and he's hoping to make it to nationals. But, that remains to be seen. That will remain to be seen whether he makes it that far. I kind of like that idea with that back there. If I leave that exposed, that's so much cuter. That's so funny, Jen. And you know what? So, Jennifer, you'll be interested in this. So, Landon was introduced to DECA by Maddie, his girlfriend Maddie. They started dating when they were sophomores, I believe. And she was already in DECA. I had never heard of DECA before. Well, Landon gets into it, and then he gets Gannon into it. So both of my boys, because Maddie was already into it, well, then they recruited a bunch of their friends. So there's now a bunch of boy friends of my kids who joined DECA, which is great, right? Well, Maddie was state president for high school DECA last year as a senior in high school. And now as a freshman in college, she was just voted in as state president for the collegiate DECA. I'm so proud of her. She's not even, she's been in our family for a couple of years, but she's dating my 19-year-old son, right? So they're pretty young, but I'm so proud of her. So proud of that girl and what she does. Look at that, how cute that is. I'm just trying to decide, do I glue it down now? Do I want to sew it ahead of time? I think, see how that's, once I get this sewed down, I think that, or glued down, I don't think that's going to budge at all. But do I want a stitch line around it? I have my sewing machine here. I think I'm going to do it. I just have to plug it in, you guys. This is when I get awfully, awfully slow because I'm talking and deciding as we go. I'm having a little trouble. Where is my cord? It's like stuck on something. What is this? Oh, I see what it's stuck on. Hold on, girls. We're just getting it plugged in again. Oh my gosh. Do you hear all the ruckus behind you? Or over here where I'm sitting? I need more. What I really, really need is more table space, girls. I just don't have enough table space. That is the gist of the problem. All right. We got the machine here. I'm going to run this through the machine real quick. You just hang tight. You're going to hear some noise. I got a little glue going, but I think it's going to be okay. Uh-oh, that did something funky. Funky monkey. I'm not looking for perfection. You guys know me. I'm just looking to get the job done. Oh, good gravy. Something happened. Something went wrong. Nothing. One of my things came undone. One of my threads. Hold on, girls. I think it would look better with a little thread around it, and it would hold that fabric piece into place. But now I got to rethread. Who's new? Who's coming and hanging out, chatting and crafting with us new? Crafting and chatting and crafting. We would love to welcome you here. The girls who are normally here with me, super friendly ladies. Like no drama here. We're just super friendly, kind, uplifting. That's what you're gonna get here hanging out with us. Those of you who are here regularly already know that, but I'm just pointing it out for anybody who might be newer coming in and hanging out with us. Thanks for being here. I would appreciate your regular company. We always like to make new friends. Uh-oh, I went one too far. I do it every time, it seems like. Wow, this is quite interesting. Just doing, it's a piece of fabric with nothing. It's not sewing to anything. It's just, hold on. There's one whole corner that had nothing to sew to. Who sews with their machine, their papers? Who else? All right. This is the last bit. It is so wonky, it's not even funny. But it's okay. We like wonky around here, don't we? Please tell me you do. All right. Now it has a stitching all the way around, which is, I think, to me, just adds more depth. All right, let's glue her down. Let's glue it. Watching for a bit. Warmer in Arizona. Thank you, Grace, for the lovely birthday card and the postcard gift, Carol. You're welcome, my sweet friend. I love, love, love sending you guys your birthday cards and little treasures. Makes me happy. And I know it makes you happy. That's what makes me happy. When you're happy, I'm happy. You know? I'm a short girl, so like I feel like this is so far away from my eyes. I need to keep pulling it closer so I can see it. I'm just gonna glue the heck out of the back of this. Well, I thought I was gonna. Come on. I totally love it. What a cute name. I love that name. Am I using Babsy? Marsha, I'm not. I'm using the new machine, which we have not named, girls. We have not named the new machine. What name should we give her? I haven't gotten that far yet. I've been using this glue all day long, and of course right now, there we go. It would want to give me trouble. All right, remember, I have that big window there, and I'm going to try, actually, to keep that open. Let's wipe some of this, because I'm not sure that I want to see all that glue. I should have put the glue here. That would have been smarter, right? Who said I was smart, though? Who said that I am definitely not the most efficient crafter in the world. That is definitely not who I am. All right, I have to stand up because I can't even see what I'm doing if I don't, because I'd be a short girl. And we're going to glue her down. This is just kind of like a little fancy cover for our first page. Now, I want to use all these beautiful papers here. And I think I'm going to do a combination of these papers from William Morris in this book and coffee stained paper, which will be a nice combination. All right, see, I got that glue there, but I think it's book page glue. I think it's going to dry clear. I think this is going to be just fine. I love that I got the washi tape. Ooh, it appears as though I need to add some glue here. I did have some, but it's clearly not enough. Let's come in with a little more reinforced glue right there. Now this part, man alive, I hate to cover it. I hate it. I hate it. It makes me sad, but we might have to. This is awfully pretty. Let's do this. Let's first cut it this way. I just cut to size. You see, I could measure and then cut it by measurement on a cutting board, but that's not, I'm a righty, so I'm going to go this way. That's not usually what I do. As you can see, I usually just wing it. I'm just kind of a wing it girl. If I get right in that binding right there, I think I should have enough paper to cover all of that. I'm going to go a little bit longer because I'm not sure that I want the white sticking out. Actually, I just had an idea, but I'm not sure. I'm totally with it on my idea here. Now, I don't want to cover this. I want it to have some of it open, right? I want to have some of that open. So I might, I might just wing it. I'm not going for perfection here, girls. If you know me, you know that. All right, we can go up to there. We can go down to this part of the flower right there. There's that much wiggle room. Then, do you see here? I can just eyeball and go that far. We're going to mimic it this way. These papers are so fancy. I'm going to go a little lower here, particularly on this side I can. And I can go a little further on this side, right here. So I'm going to tear, because I like the torn look so much more than the cut look. This is going to take a while, right? Like this is a fussy book. It's, if I plan to do this for everyone, I don't, which I don't, I mean, I don't really plan to do this for every single one of them, but it's possible. You can do it if it's floats your boat. The other way to do this, and I have done it this way before, is to cut one rectangle for this section and then do separate little pieces to cover all those. But I just wasn't feeling that tonight. I wanted it to be all one piece because you can definitely tell the difference. All right. It will not be this fussy because none of these have windows. These ones coming up. This is just this one right here. So I promise it won't be so fussy. Saturday, my granddaughter asked me of all kinds of questions about you and where you lived and how can it get so cold here? And can she go to your house? Ah, she can come to my house to craft anytime. Carol, isn't it pretty? These papers are so lovely. I agree. I do agree with you, my friend. That is so sweet. Jennifer, how are you feeling, girl? Are you feeling good since your surgery? I hope so. I hope the recovery's going well. All right, not every page is going to get sewed. Not every page is going to get cut down like this. This one happens to be a fussy one, but they will not all be like that. So if you like, you know, the look of that, then take your time and be fussy about it. And now these pages can just all get covered. I mean, there's no windows here, so these can all just get covered. Now, I don't think, do I want to do that? Or maybe save this for a page, you know, a couple down the line here. This one, the colors, like see how much they match there? Like those would be cute together. Don't you think? Don't you think? Let's do this. Might be easier for me to see and faster if I do it this way. I'm gonna cut it there. And then cut it like here. And you don't always have to use the same tools. Every envelope is a little bit different in size. None of these are going to get thrown out, ladies. We'll use them throughout the book to just make sure everything is really coordinated in the book. Those are pretty together, I think. Now, you can get super fancy if you want to and start doing flip outs and things like that. But right now, I think my main objective is coverage. We're going for coverage. So. You're down 55 pounds, Jennifer says. She had surgery. Jennifer, when was your surgery? Was it October? Can you remind me? Because I was going to say when, but I don't remember when it was. You're down 55 pounds. I hope you're feeling better every single day. I hope it's really good. What am I putting in the window? Nothing right now. I'm going to leave it the way it is. Behind the window is going to be this really pretty paper. And then when the pages get decorated, certainly we could add something in that window. But right now, this is what we're going to have. So when we open, and then, you know, when we decorate, of course, we can either glue something in front of, like on the back side of this or on this page so that you're seeing it through that window. But for now, I'm going to leave it just like that. Okay, let's keep using these gorgeous papers because they are that. They are gorgeous. Got them off Etsy. They are printable. They were wallpaper. I was looking for actual wallpaper samples. And I didn't find the wallpaper samples, but I did find this printable of wallpaper samples. So on the back side, I make my marks. You know what? This one, I could do a double spread. Like, look at. This fits. It basically fits as a double spread. So we could just do this as a double spread. That would make it more cohesive. And I wouldn't do every single page that way. But you can do a combination of pages, you know, some that way and some not. Let's cut this down. All the envelopes are different sizes and heights and widths. So I'm customizing every single page cover to the envelopes that are there. Now these two seem to be the same size. So it makes sense on this page to do this. And then here it's going to be creased right there. I can hear my husband watching TV in there. I wonder what Gannon's doing. Maybe getting ready to do his presentation with us. You guys want to hear a little story? Kurt's family story from yesterday. My poor Landon. My poor son. My son came home from college. His college is 90 miles away from here. He came home for college for the weekend. His girlfriend still lives here, Maddie, and she'll be at UND next year. They'll all be together in the same. Gannon's even going to UND next year, so they'll all be in the same town next year. But this year, he comes home quite often. I thought I had a paper towel. Give me a second. Under my table and get a paper towel because I got some oozy glue right here. Anyway, we always go to church every Sunday, 7:30 Mass. Gannon got an award for being recognized as Altar Server of the Month. They honor all of the seniors who have been, gosh, Gannon's been serving on the altar since he was in 3rd grade. And it's really nice. They give them a nice write-up and give him a little award at church. So he got that. But on our way to church, oh gosh, you guys. Gannon, I don't know why, but for some reason, Gannon hopped in Chris drives to church. Chris was driving my car to church. I always get in the front seat with Chris and the boys get in the back. That's just always what we do. For whatever reason, Gannon decided to jump in my seat, in the front seat. Thanks, Janice. I appreciate hearing that. Oh, it was in December. It was December 12th. Gosh, it was right before Christmas, Jennifer. I didn't remember that. So Gannon jumps in. Now we could make this a pocket. Like if you wanted to, you could glue just these two sides and leave this open as a pocket. So get clever with your books, your book pages that way. I'm not going to do that, but you certainly could if you wanted to get super clever about how to decorate your pages. Landon had taken Maddie on Saturday. They went skiing at a small ski resort in North Dakota. They just wanted to have a day trip. So they went, it's like an hour and a half from where we live. So they drove and went skiing. And so when we went to church on Sunday, Landon had the ski pass, like the, what do you call it? The day ski pass that they like attach to your coat. You attach it to your coat. The lift ticket, that's the word. The lift ticket. He had it on his coat on the way to church and he didn't want it there. So he pulled out his knife. You guys, we're sitting in the back seat. He pulled out his knife he couldn't get the lift ticket off. It was zip tied to his coat. So he pulled out the knife and he goes like this and he pulls away. And I'm sitting to the right of him. So you know what happened? He's trying to pull and it wouldn't. And then finally it gave and his arm went flying to the right. And guess what he hit with his knife? Guess who he hit with this little pocket knife? Sliced right through my pants and cut my knee. He cut my knee open, girls. Your daughter was an altar server too? I love it. Hey, Christina, how are you? I was just showing the girls the book. The book. It turned out so good, Christina. Your cutouts. So you guys, where did I put it? It's right here. Hold on, Christina. It's all glued and dried and it's been sitting and it looks so good. This wood cutout is from Christina's business, the Rust Covered Cottage by Christina. And I did share her links yesterday and the live, Saturday. For this event, making this book. And this is her wood cutouts that are just beautiful. And they were packaged beautifully. She has lots of them to choose from. So go check out her business page. Please give her that support. Anyway, yeah, Debbie, he cut right through my leg. He cut my pants. He cut my leg. And then I was like, I'm bleeding. The cut's like this long. I did not need stitches, but we did need some butterfly band-aids to hold it together. It's fine. It doesn't even hurt me. Honestly, the kid felt so bad. He feels so bad about it. And I was like, well, that was a good lesson for knife safety, kid. You know better than to do that. He's 19. It's not like he got his first knife. He had his first knife, I don't know, 8 years ago. So yeah, he cut my leg open. And he feels so bad. I would laugh. I'm like, the first thing I said was, man, these are the only pants that really fit me good. My husband was like, Grace, we could replace the pants. I'm like, my leg will be fine. I said, my pants, though. I was all upset about my pants. Can you believe it? It was my pants I was worried about. But I was like, man, these are the only pants that I'm really comfortable in for church. He was like, Mom, let's get the first aid kit. He was on it. He was immediately taking care of business for sure. I'm going to try to I don't want every single page to be this wild. So between the coffee stained papers and then I have these papers, I'm going to be doing some different things on these pages. I could make a pocket or a tuck spot or something here. I should do something because I don't want all of these pages to be so so wild in color. I mean, they're beautiful, but Let's do maybe a 2-inch strip of this and do a little tuck spot here. Or maybe I'll go this way. How do I want to do this? I'm trying to decide. Yeah, maybe I'll go right here. And we're going to glue this down. And now there's a lot of glue here, so it's feeling very wet. Yeah, so these pages, you just got to give them time to dry. And sometimes what I'll do, like overnight, in between sessions on working on these, because these pages feel pretty damp because of the wet glue. So what I'm doing is, this is a little tuck spot. All I did was put glue on this edge and this edge, so that these two edges are completely open to accept little things to stick in there. Now, because these are so damp, sometimes overnight what I'll do, after we're done with the live and I'm going to leave this overnight to dry, I'll kind of like stick things in here, like so that these pages aren't laying on top of each other. I'll stick little things, like here's a little bottle of Stickles, and then I'll stick another one here so that the pages stay open like this, so that they can fully dry, and I'm sure nothing's going to stick to itself, right? Or to each other, because the pages are rather damp when you're using this much glue. Okay, here we might want to use some coffee stain papers because, like I said, we don't want everything to be so wild looking. And this one, see how short that page is? I could use that as the base of something. So let me go. You didn't think that story was going to go there, Trisha? No, I was going to take his ticket. No, he cut my leg. He cut right through my darn pants, friends. That's what I was most upset about. I'm looking for something. So I just stepped away for a second. I'm right here. I wanted to grab one of these. Let's see if these, not quite big enough to cover that completely, but we could do a combo. It's really hard for me to see. It's not quite big enough either. It's okay. We've got all kinds of papers to use. I'm going to stand back up again so I can. Is this one big enough? These are just, yeah, that one's big enough. This one's big enough. Okay, let's use it. And I think I'll cut these little bits off the envelope, tear them anyway. Okay, so we're going to put this here so we make it like a little smaller page. You don't have to use glue for every single bit. I mean, a wet glue, you could use a glue stick. This is a permanent glue stick, which is very nice to have. So if you can find a permanent glue stick that you like that really works, not all glue sticks are permanent, meaning sometimes they don't stick, they might stick for the day or two, but they're not going to stick long term. So keep that in mind when you're buying your glue sticks. If you want to use that as your sole glue for holding book pages together, you really do need to get a good solid permanent glue stick. Don't rely on, like, Elmer's glue I love for some projects, but it's not as permanent as some of these glue sticks will be for you, like holding things together long term. Okay, I kind of like the idea of doing something onto this page. See where we see this white? It'll be easier if I cover this for you. Let me get something dark. See that white edge there? If I wanted to cover that up, I could use papers or fabrics to cover that up. And we could do like a little collage work here. For example, let's take see if we can find some bits of fabric that we could collage overlay, maybe some book pages. Nothing makes me happier than using pulling out all the things and using them all. Really. It makes my little junk journal loving heart happy to pull out magazine pages and catalog pages and book pages and just start covering stuff up, especially when you can layer them all together or with each other. So I'm going to get rid of that last line there because I want a full block of text. So I got rid of that, the bone of choice. Got rid of that. I'm going to try to piecemeal this together and cover up. Oh my gosh, is that exactly the right size? Can it be? Not quite. Not quite. See this white spot right here? Don't you worry, we will cover it. It is the challenge that's set up before us, but we will conquer it, girls. That's the fun part. Okay, this paper is hanging over my envelope just a little. I'm just going to meet them up and extend that page. Becomes just a little bigger than it was. I can use this down here. How about some washi tape? I have some really cool washi tapes. This one that I used on the back of that other page would be kind of cool to include here. Oh, it's Gannon waiting for me. Don't you worry. Gannon said 9:30 was the time he gave me, Lynn. Thank you for telling me. But Gannon said, how about at 9:30? So I think I'm safe. Now, this is interesting because this page only goes to here. And then that's behind it. So I better not cover that. But I could do that. I just need to reinforce the glue. Washi tape is always repositionable, removable. It's not meant to be permanent. So if you need it to be permanent, you got to reinforce. That is cool looking. I do like it. I do like that. Maybe this here. Oh my gosh, I love me some collage paper. And then I have these strips, remember, just kind of sitting here. I wouldn't want to use this one. I don't, do I? Well, maybe not. Maybe I would use this and just continue it right here. If I glued this here, it's like the perfect width. Let's go a little taller, even though I don't need to cover that, but let's do it anyway because it'll be kind of cool looking. All right, we're going to put this down first. I'm going to do a combo of glue stick and a little bit of wet glue because it's a fabric. I want to really make sure it stays. Did you lose sound, Judith? That's weird. I wonder why. That's bizarro. Did anybody else lose sound, or was it just Judith? Thanks, Andrea. She says, I love that washi tape. Oh gosh, girl, if I could tell you where I got it, I would. I've had it for such a long time. I'm not even sure where I got it. It's one of those things. You know how that goes, right? All right, I have glue on here. Oh, hold on. Are you going to come out of there? You're kind of stuck in there. I shouldn't use my fingers, but I always do. And then my fingers get all gluey. And then I'm peeling glue off my fingers for an hour after I'm live. It happens all the time. Anybody else get glue all over their fingers? It's just not coming out. What's your dealio? What's your dealio, friend? Why you gotta be a pest? Why you gotta be like that? This one has been doing pretty well. It's almost empty. And it has been doing pretty well not getting stuck, but now it's gonna be all difficult on me. All right, if that's the way you're gonna be, I just won't play with you tonight. Let's try this one. Let's see if the Aleene's will come out. Oh, here she comes. Oh yeah, baby. Come on. I keep missing. I just need dabs. I don't need it saturated is what I'm going for because we have all that other glue on there. Okay, I'm going right over this crease. Here, remember that was my goal, was to cover that white spot right here. This is like, this is total Gracie style, like really grunged out, eclectic. Use what you got. A little bit of vintage, a little bit of pretty, a little bit of grunge, all in one spot. this here, like that. Stuck to my fingers because now I got so much glue on my fingers. Okay, let's do it. Every once in a while, I do like to go back, we've done a few pages now. And every once in a while, now these are just, I'm just covering the pages. We're not truly decorating the pages in my opinion. Like, this isn't how they're going to end up. It's just a decorative cover. And then eventually I'll be fully decorating some of these pages. But for now, this is what we got. So here's our cover. We flip to this. I love that little fabric bit right there. Thank you, Shelly, for sharing. I so appreciate you. That's awesome. Thank you for that. Oh my gosh, these papers are amazing. They're just amazing. So we're really highlighting this guy's work. Okay, now here. Oh my gosh, I love this. See, I have that a little bit of that white out right there. So likely what I'll do is I'll put like a little ruffle there or a piece of lace trim. You could cut it. You could cut it. Well, the other idea is to take maybe one of your decorative papers. Here's another idea completely. Take one of your decorative papers and cut it so that you can fold it over. Even if you only did the part that needs to be covered, that's another idea. Did I use this paper yet? Where did I use it? Here. So I don't want to use it just yet. It's a little bit too close to the other one. This is that piece that didn't completely print out on my old printer. Hold on, I got stuff everywhere, girls. Is this wide enough to cover this? Just about. Not quite, but just about. It's just shy of being tall enough and just shy of being wide enough. But we could still use it and do something similar on these pages. Let's get this cut off here first. So what if I glued this to the very edge here? And then I do the same thing I did here. Cover it, collage something into this page. Totally, that would work. That would totally work. Girls, that would totally work. Where did I put that glue page? Does anybody see it? What did I do with it? Here it is. I don't need this whole book next to me. Let's do it. Totally different paper going in here, but it's nice to mix it up so that everything doesn't match exactly. Just trying to line it up. Okay. They actually kind of go well. Okay. And then here, you see this is sticking out right there. Again, I could put some lace or fabric over that to cover up. That to me is like the funnest part, is getting super creative on ways of covering things like that up. Where's my... It's rather neutral, right? It kind of looks coffee stained. What if... I mean, a lot of times I'll make a tab out of something like this, but I'm feeling like I would just glue it down tight. Like, no, I don't like it on this side at all. I don't mind it on here at all, but I don't like it on the other side. So no, I'm not going to do that. Where did that washi tape go? What if we did another length of this? I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. I like it better on this side than I did on the other side. So let's do it. Oh, I hear Gannon coming upstairs, girls. Add a ruffle piece. Definitely, Janice, that's a really good idea. I have snippets and ruffles of both fabric and paper. So yes, I definitely can do that. I'm going to move this over a little bit. I made these numbers may repeat themselves. Oh, it needs to be a little higher than that, Gracie. Come on. Oh my gosh, why am I having trouble lining it up? Come on, girls. Oh my gosh, so cute. I hear Gannon coming up the stairs. So he may be looking for some attention. All right, here on this one, this is already dry. That Aleene's worked really well. That was this one. That worked really well. Okay, let's see. I do have more strips of this. So you could use a paper. If you don't have washi tape, you can absolutely use strips of decorative papers in the same fashion. You know, just glue on the back and then use them to cover things up or to add decorative pieces to your pages. But what if I took one of these decorative papers? Okay, we already used these two, so probably not those two. This one seems to go really well. Oh, I like that one even better. And I could extend this over this crease. We could just extend it over, just like we would a washi tape. Now it has to be long enough. So there's the challenge, right? It has to be, whoops, what are you doing here? I'm going to put it, I do this, I'll put it on the back end of this so I can see where I need to cut it. So I can make my marks, like I need to cut it there, and I need to cut it there. When I go live at night, you guys, I, particularly if nobody's looking for me, like Anna needs me tonight to listen to his presentation so he can practice, but particularly when nobody's needing that attention, I could stay here for hours and hours and hours and hours. Does anybody else craft at night, create at night? Okay, so if I put this here, the challenge is, okay, first of all, I do like that look because when you, this page is much shorter, this page, so you're going to see about 1 inch of that sticking out here, and you're going to see a bit of it here. If I wanted to bridge over this crease, then I would have to cut this little wedge right there. Not a problem. It's just something you'd have to do. Where is this one? So I have to decide. I don't think I want to do that though. I think I will just use washi tape. It'll make my life a lot easier. So this is a little longer than it needs to be. This in this direction, wider than it needs to be. It sure is by about that much. I have to keep bending down to the ground to get this thing because I don't have space for it next to me on the table. So I put it on the ground and then I got to bend down to get it, which reminds me of that Saturday Night Live skit. I can kick, I can stretch, and I'm fitty. What was what's that lady's comedian's name? Oh my gosh, is she funny? I want to say, is her last name Geldner or something like that? Remember her from Am I crazy? Does everybody remember her from Saturday Night Live? I can't kick. So funny. All right, let's see. I'm not going to salvage that window because I mean, I don't want to have a whole book of windows. I think I'm going to cover this up before I put this down. But with what, Gracie? Something super neutral would be nice. So I'm looking up at my tapes. I mean, I have these here. I've been using this one. These are just tickets, and I think they are pretty neutral. But I don't think I like that. I don't know that I need a floral because I'm going to have this floral next to it. So it needs to be something really, really neutral. Let me look up at what I have. I have some that are, oh my gosh, something might fall on our heads. Yep, I knew that was going to happen. I have these, which are just like graph paper. And this one matches really well. But I don't know that it's wide enough. Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, it's wide enough, girls. It's wide enough. Yes, it is. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It's going to work. It's going to work. We're going to do it. Gilda. Oh, that was her first name? Gilda Radner. She was married to Gene Wilder? Really? Gosh, you guys remember her. I can kick. She's so, I laugh so hard just thinking about it. I can stretch. That whole thing is so funny. Oh, you guys do know who I'm talking about. Lisa knows. Debbie knows. You craft until 3 or 4 a.m.? A.m.? Callie, girlfriend, are you getting your sleep that you need? What time do you get up then, my friend? As long as you're sleeping, that is totally cool. I just hope you're getting more than a couple of hours of sleep every night. I could do that. Who said that? I can't see who said that. Cut a slit and glue the, Rusty. Okay. She's saying I should cut a slit and glue that to the other side, which is a great idea. I like using my washi tapes, girls. Who has a lot of washi tape? Who else is like me and you got lots of washi tape? Ooh, lots of washi tape on hand. Who else is like me? Who can match me in washi tape? Stellar levels of washi tape, or should I say abundant levels of washi tape in your stash. Who's like me? Where did my little green tool go? It's under here somewhere. Oh my gosh. When I create, boy, do I make a mess. Oh, here it is. I just throw things aside because I get so excited. I'm so excited. Now it's the Pointer Sisters. And I just can't hide it. I know, I know, I know, I know, I know you want me. Is that how it goes? That's a song from like when I think I was a kid when that song came out. All right, here we go. This one's gonna go here. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Wait, are you too short? Are you too short? No, you're not too short. Oh my gosh. You're so pretty. All right, I'm just gonna help myself out and make this easy on myself by putting the glue, doing this. So I know I'm only working with this envelope, and I'm going to put the glue edge to edge. I'm covering up the window, girls. We're going to cover it up because I can't keep every window. Although I'm using window envelopes, it's going to give a funny crunchy sound to this page. But I don't need to keep and use every single. I'm going to use my water bottle to hold that up so I can see what I'm doing. When I get in the crease there. There we go. Get it in there, Gracie. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Oh my gosh, these papers, right? These papers, are you kidding me? With how pretty they are. All right, let's see what we got. Did I get this corner? Oh, I missed it. Leave it to Gracie. Reinforcing the glue. All right, let's see what we got so far. I love to do a flip through every few pages. This is cool. It's cool. It's cool. Got a little tuck spot built in. This I'm going to cover with something. Let me see that little white edge right there. That'll get covered. Don't you worry, girls. See how it just takes a while, but it is so fun to be able to piece things together like this slowly, using all of the stash that you have, fabrics, coffee stained papers, washi tape. We're using printables. We're using ledger paper. It's just super fun. Okay, now here, seems really busy to me, very full. So here we're going to go super plain. So it'll end up being, go back into here. And actually, it would be kind of cool to create some pockets here. I have that book paper, and I have this Edwardian Lady paper. Wow. Holy buckets. Is this the right size completely? Are you kidding me with this? Shut the front door. Somebody shut that front door. Is it the right size? No. Hold on. Oh my gosh, it's just shy. A good agave. But there's white here and there's white here, which I cannot take. I cannot have that. We cannot have it. We got to take it away. Take away the white. Do you throw that stuff on the floor? Sometimes when I'm creating, I have to throw it on the floor. I can't handle finding the garbage. It takes too much time. That's the ultimate laziness. That's when I need to have my clapper so I can clap, and then the concierge come and clean up all my papers for me. I have not dropped that dream of having a craft room concierge who, at a clap of my hands, he comes and brings me my favorite beverage and a snack and cleans up things that I've made a mess of. Okay, that crazy fits pretty darn good here. What if I stuck it right down the middle? And then we made up for what we didn't have with fabrics. Oh my goodness, just hang tight. I'm going to look and see if there are some shorter envelope pages. There was that one here. Would it fit better here? Oh goodness, it's the same exact size as this envelope. I'm going to save it for right in here. And in fact, I'm just going to fold it right in right now so that when I get to this page, I know this is where I'm going to use this. All right, I'm just going to leave this here because it fits so perfectly. So that can live there later. I'll get to that later. All right, girls, what time is it? It's 9:20. Gannon's waiting for me to do his presentation. Thanks for sprinkling, Debbie. I do appreciate you so much. Molly Shannon? Oh, that name really rings a bell, Gia. But I think the original was the Radner lady. I think the girls are right. Gosh, we're going to have to Google Saturday Night Live. I'm 50. I'm 50, Skit. Oh, good gravy. I'm not 50. I'm 52. Anybody else want to divulge your age? My husband's turning 52 in a couple of months. He loves to point out that he's old. I'm older than him, that I'm the old lady in this relationship. But he's only a few months younger. Younger than me. It's not like huge. All right, I'm doing a little cleanup here. Gannon needs me, so I'm not going to stick around for much longer. Anybody got questions for me or things you want to share before we hang it up tonight? I love chatting with you girls. You know that, don't you? I appreciate having you here. I lost my cap. Oh, here it is. It didn't go far. What are you thinking of this book so far? The cover I'm in love with. I mean, it's so simple. I'm going to do some lace and maybe a doily spanning over the binding. I'll decide that later. I'm really glad I came into these wallpaper printables because I'm going to get a lot of use out of these over the years. You're 57 in August. Shauna, get it, girl. G is 59 for one more month. Oh my gosh, good for you. Then a big birthday coming. Susan's 52, just like me. 52 coming in. You too, Rusty. I hope it's a great night. I hope you have a good night. I hope we all get a good night's sleep. Debbie's 62, Debbie's 61, Christina's 54. We're about the same age, Christina. Jerry is 64. Well, ladies, we can still look up 52. I don't know which actress did it. I have a feeling the original was that Gilda. 56 in May. 56 and going strong, Rusty. Get after it, girl. All right, ladies. I got to go help Gannon with his project, or at least listen in on his project. Thanks for hanging out with me on a Monday night. I do appreciate you. I did print out the schedule. So anybody on the email got it by email. I pin it to the top of this page and I sent it out on Telegram. So if you're on the Telegram, you would have gotten that yesterday or today. I'm not sure which, but check the Telegram, check your email. It's always pinned to the top of the page, the weekly schedule, so you'll know when you can find me next live, either on YouTube or here on Facebook. Tomorrow I'll be live on Whatnot, actually creating and crafting and chatting on Whatnot. So you can find me over there. You guys have a beautiful, blessed night. Thanks for being here with me. I do appreciate every single one of you.